Okay, so last night I was thinking about a block that I have, and I just kept wondering and just kind of looking into like, why is it here? What's going on? What is the hesitation? What's the procrastination about? What's the resistance about? And I was like, well, I know what to do, but I keep putting it off. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized that naturally I'm resisting it because it's not guaranteed. The result that I want out of it, it's not guaranteed. I don't know how it will turn out. And because I don't know what's behind it. It's like my body is naturally rejecting it because it wants a level of safety and certainty. And I was just thinking, nothing's like guaranteed. Like nothing is ever guaranteed. And if you have inspired action, if you have a desire to show up in a way, to do something that keeps playing on your mind, something that you innately know should be explored, that will keep coming up. It will just keep coming up. And despite you not knowing what's coming after, what's going to happen when you take this action, you have to be okay with the uncertainty. You have to be okay with the unknown. You have to be okay with nothing being a guarantee. And it's really scary because it's a free fall. You don't know if you're going to land on your face, or you don't know if you're going to be caught, or you don't know if everything's going to be completely okay or even better on the other side of it. But that is a risk you have to take. It's the only way you know. You have to do it to find out. And so, because I realized that, I'm now in the state of like, okay, let's prepare myself for this risk that I'm gonna take. Let's prepare myself for going into the uncertainty. Let's prepare myself for knowing that it's not guaranteed to work out. That it might not give me what I want and what I expect to the degree I want it. But I'm gonna have to try or else I won't know. And I want to give myself the opportunity and that chance. And beyond that, this is where like my roadblock is. This is like where I am right now, my checkpoint. If I want to go further, if I want to see what's to come next, I have to take this action. This action could be the pinnacle point of opening me up to so many doors, all the right doors I'm looking for. And that's a risk I'm gonna have to prepare myself to take. And not take like half-heartedly. But I've got to fully do it. I've got to fully believe in it, commit to it, be consistent and persistent with it. I can't just try it once or twice and be like, oh, it didn't work. Well, you haven't really tried it, have you? So it's like, how do you hold space for this? If you're going to take inspired action, if you're going to go in the unknown, if you're going to allow yourself to be okay with uncertainty and nothing being a guarantee, how can you hold space for yourself? How can you stay strong and calm? How can you balance your nervous system and not freak out? Of course, it's completely okay to freak out, but how do you hold your own whilst moving through this and taking inspired action and giving it a chance and seeing it through and seeing where it can take you. Because, you know, it's so much better than sitting and waiting and pondering and trying to wiggle your way out of it by trying other things and going around it when you know that this is the thing that you need to do. And even by taking that leap of faith will speed things up even more, to a level and to a degree that you would have never imagined. Your logical mind cannot imagine this because it's not meant to. It comes from a different space, and that's why it's inspired action. A lot of the time, inspired action isn't through your programming or your conditioning. It's not logical. And that's how you kind of know it's taking you to the right people, places, and things. So, how can you trust that inspired action? You trust it by keep doing it. The more you trust it, the more you listen to it. And it's also your reflection of trusting yourself. Do you trust yourself? Do you trust yourself? And that is something you have to test out, you have to play with. Or else you'll trust other people more than you trust yourself. And things will never work out for you if you do that. Because it is your own inner compass, your own intuition, your own inspiration and desire and drive and passion that takes you to your very specific, unique, authentic dreams and desires. You can't base that off what someone else is doing in their own life. Because for them, they have their own unique path. You can't copy and paste it. You can't write down all the notes that they've gotten from their experiences. Because for you, it's very unique to your own life and your perception and your experiences and your desires and your dreams and your likes and dislikes. So, learning how to have faith and trust in the unknown and uncertainty and in your inspirations, because they are your inner compass. They're always taking you to the right places. And it really is like we make life difficult for ourselves because we choose not to listen to ourselves. We choose to listen to everyone else. We choose to listen to the news. We choose to soak up all the information from the books. And there's nothing wrong with that, but that's definitely acting from a space of fear, a space of not trusting yourself and what you want, not believing in yourself and what you want. And when you seek for answers outside of yourself, it gets really, really confusing. And when you learn how to listen to yourself, learn how to take leaps of faith, learn how to challenge yourself and test yourself, and observe what happens when you do so, then you become your own source of information. Then you know what to do when to do it. You know when to be patient, you know when to take action. You know when to reflect. You know when to take notes. And so, it's a risk you have to take. It's something you have to do personally to find out what's on the other side of it. To find out how to believe in your whispers of inspiration, and to find out how to be okay in uncertainty, in the unknown, How do you stay open to the world and to things around you, despite knowing that it might not work out? And the more you do that, the more you bounce back quicker. The more you tell yourself it's okay, the more you know that rejection is redirection. If this doesn't work out for you, then there's something out there that's much, much better. And that is something you have to play with and find out for yourself by taking risks, by stepping into the unknown, by trusting your desires and your dreams and your inspirations and your intuition.